Hello, ladies and ladies with balls. It's your boy, Chef, incredibly talented, handsome, and humble, back at it again with another banger. And in today's video, my opponents got nuked harder than Hassan Piker's dog. Also, another little announcement. Y'all are probably wondering why I'm not uploading, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I quit. I'm done. I uninstalled COD Mobile. I'm gonna make a whole different video on that, but I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. But I still have like at least 6 videos, maybe even 7 more like videos worth of content, so that'll be coming out sooner and later. But for the foreseeable future, I will not be playing the game until they fix it. I'll make a whole new video on it, I promise. Anyways, that being said, voiceover swaggins out. Also, here's the build. Alright, ladies and ladies with balls, guess who's back again? That's right, it's voiceover swaggins, and I don't have any game audio for like all of these games, so you gotta deal with me for another 5 minutes. Well, actually, hold on. You gotta deal with me for another 15 minutes. Isn't that great? Anyways, I'll give you accurate commentary. As you can see, those shitters decided to spawn on my trip mine. Very embarrassing. Once again, I'm rotating around the map. This guy decides to spawn, go AFK, get back in the game and spawn. And he thinks he can do that in my lobby. That is not going to slide around Chef's Wagons. Now, using my accurate, totally awesome spawn prediction, I can tell this guy is coming from here. I just knew he was going to spawn there. Human UAV, you know, same thing with this guy. I totally knew he was going to be there. That's exactly why I threw that trip sensor down, because I 100% knew he was going to be there. You know, then we turn around, go right back into Butchers, throw that trip mine down, and let me tell you, he's going to spawn on that trip mine like a good boy. Likely story. Anyways, now we just see you're chilling, waiting for that other trip mine to go off, because, you know, the lion does not concern himself with pushing for nukes. He just chills in the back of the map, shooting at top factory, even though that guy's never going to peek. Anyways, here's that second trip mine. So the play here is we skedaddle out of, what's that, like, bakery? I don't even know. I don't fucking know. I have a job. I'm too employed for callouts. So we skedaddle our way over to farm after I just said I was too employed for callouts. And then we drop the double trip mine of testosterone and, like, male peak performance. And then check for somebody over there. Obviously nobody over there. And then we just sneak around a gas station so they start spawning there. Drop our massive balls and a couple of trip mines right on gas station. We're saving the advanced UAV for when we actually get a little closer. So if we just popped it now, that'd be a complete waste. This idiot thinks he has a chance pushing me. I let him get a few shots on him. I let him, like, I just donated a few, like, hit points to him. And it didn't even matter because he took absolute belt to ass just to get it again whenever he spawned over there. And then he decides to spawn on my trip mine like a silly little guy. And then his teammate tries to do that, which, you know, based off natural selection, suggests to me that you have a mental incapacity, but whatever. Drop the double trip mines and my balls on their face again, and we're back to rotating. And would you look at that, we made our way to top granny, well, bottom granny. He steps on the trip sensor, takes this did. The other guy spawns on the trip mine again. So embarrassing. Kind of like that time that Blue called me daddy. Probably the most embarrassing event in human history, to be honest. You remember that, Blue? I know you're watching. Remember that time you called me daddy in front of, like, everybody? Yeah, that was so embarrassing. Anyways, pick up another kill there. You know, I'm just chilling in here, waiting for the people to push daddy, as Blue likes to call me. You know, they all come to me because, you know, I just have, like, if you think about it, how, like, the Earth has its gravitational field and brings things in. You know, things with bigger mass bring in, you know, more objects. That's kind of how my aura works. So the entire other team tries to suck my cock, but they can't get any of it. And I'm just effortlessly nuking them. It's plain and simple. Belt to ass. I'm just the best. I wake up in the morning and piss excellence, guys. I don't know what to say. Fortunately, I wake up as humble as I do, so I don't brag and gloat about it. You know, like some people. You know, like Blue COD Mobile. They'll never be as humble as me. They never will. You know, it's genuinely upsetting, but... Also, here's a, like, prime indicator that nukes do win games, because I am sitting here chilling. I don't even have to touch the point, and we won the game. Just saying. Nukes don't win games, Swaggin. Shut the fuck up. Yes, they do. Next game. Now we find ourselves on firing range, so I can play like an even bigger pussy than I did the game before. So we're still sitting here chilling top 10. Pick up a guy there. You know, the double trip mines are about to go off now. One guy spawns on that trip mine like a very submissive, obedient boy. The other guy runs into that one because he's a fucking idiot. And then we suggest going back down to lower and setting up more trip mines. Isn't this riveting gameplay, guys? Isn't this so cool? You know, we have an AFK here who donates us a kill as well, and then we skedaddle our way towards red. This guy thinks it's a good idea to spawn on a trip mine. I don't really know what he's doing. So we drop another trip mine. Our teammate decides to spawn here because he's a fucking idiot. That's alright though, I'll forgive him. I get another trip mine kill there. We sneak our way into tower, and nobody even has a clue because I'm so stealthy. Pick up an easy kill there. I don't want to stay up here for too long because I don't have a trophy system. So we're going to pick up 3 kills here. You know, the other team has a mental deficiency, so they're not throwing anything up here. Pick up this kill here, drop the EMP, skedaddle out, and we head towards red. Drop our balls in another trip mine right there, and then we sneak around all the way back here. Try to pick up a kill or 2 here. We get a spawner there, picks up our advance. Now we're kind of just chilling over here, waiting for the next point. So I decide to rotate back, drop more trip mines for the next point. And then we rotate all the way back around. Isn't that going to be great? Surely this guy would edit that out so you wouldn't have to watch that. Right? But that guy had to push me. So you had to watch an extra 10 seconds. You only have yourselves to blame. Anyways, more trip mines there. Waiting for the trip mine to go off because I know it's only a matter of time before somebody spawns lower again. That guy thinks he can challenge me and takes bell to ass as always. That guy is running for me because he saw his teammate take bell to ass. And we're back to lower, dropping more trip mines. And would you look at that? There's that trip mine finally. Now we skedaddle, rotate all the way to red, waiting for that trip mine to go off. This guy thinks he has a chance, but he doesn't know that I'm Holger leaderboard. And I pick up that kill easily. You know, waiting for the trip mines to go off still. This guy thinks he has a chance of pushing me. There's that first trip mine. He's still just sitting there waiting because he knows he's going to get his dick blasted into his face if he actually does push me. So I'm just sitting here chilling, doing my own thing. He's still waiting out there thinking he has a chance. But, you know, look at that. I let him have a few shots there. You know, I'm sitting here being all sneaky and shit. And he still don't want to push me. I was one shot. He could have easily pushed me. It wouldn't have mattered because I would have just absolutely gaped him. I would have given him the Hassan's dog treatment and fucking electrocuted him, but you know. And then this guy thinks I don't even know what he's doing. I had my back to him and he still couldn't touch this. Oh my god, so embarrassing. This guy's going to push me and he's going to get his face blasted in too. Easy, easy, easy. Now, you know, you see this as a close game, right? You know, remember how we were talking about, oh, Swagons Dukes don't win game. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Some foreshadowing here. Pick up the 2 cutoff kills here. I die to this. Hassan Piker's dog? What? Anyways, I die to the dog, you know, and then I give him the Hassan Piker treatment and absolutely fucking send the sun at him. And it's 148 to 121. Teammates have no fucking interest in pushing the point until now, so we're getting like 10 seconds here. I spawn all the way out, but that's alright, that's alright. See, we're gonna lock in here. Teammates, they're gonna grow a pair of balls, they're gonna grow a brain, and they're gonna lock in. No, wait, what? Yeah, CGI. Anyways, after that blatant use of CGI, teammates decide to wipe the point and just hold that shit. Look at him. Ruthless. You know, I pick up a cutoff kill. That guy's one shot, so teammates can easily pick him off. He gets the job done. This guy's not pushing the point because he thinks he's Chef Swagons. Little does he know he's not Chef Swagons. But look at that score. It's 147, 148, 149. Oh! I would just like to say this game was not even close. Like, it was a complete blowout. Like, score does not reflect it. You know, that game was a complete blowout. We all know it. Anyways, Shoot House. Yeah. So dropping trip mines already. This game I actually died off of like an 11 streak already. So, you know, I was a little bit unhappy, but, you know, it happens to the best of us. Well, okay, I didn't actually die. It was like a obvious display of CGI, but I wanted to make you guys feel better about yourselves. But I'm just chilling over here. We're going to rotate all the way over to red on the point. That guy decides to ego challenge me off a head glitch for some reason, and it obviously doesn't work out well for him. Trip mine's finally going off. We rotate all the way back, expecting P3 spawns over here. So we drop the double trip mines of doom and despair. This counter UAV is pissing me off because my teammates won't shoot it down, but at least they're playing the point, so I can't even complain. Get up here, pick off this guy. I know that trip mine's coming. There it is. Same thing here. And then we're going to pick off that guy, get our EMP, and we're going to start laying down some pipe and some trip mines. Drop the EMP system. Pick up another kill there effortlessly. I don't know why I'm shooting that down there, but whatever. This guy thinks he's Bill fucking 9, is the smartest guy on earth. Little does he know, he is very far from it. And the funny part is, he's gonna spawn behind me. He's gonna do the exact same shit right here. Oh yeah, wow, worked so well the first time. Smartest man alive. Honestly, that might be the smartest ranked player I've ever seen. I mean, this guy, his cranium is so large. Like, I can't even describe it. He's just so fucking smart. Anyways, this guy thinks he can run for me, but I hit him the absolute div from behind. It wasn't even close. This guy also thinks he can run for me. Got div from behind too. We're dropping trip mines again. But we just hit our 15, and they're 26 points away from winning. So we're on 16 now. We're fighting the clock here, guys. We're really fighting the clock. Teammates are doing a good job pushing still. I keep them up the point, buying us a little more time. Teammates are holding that point. They're contesting the point. Great fucking job, guys. Amazing fucking work, teammates. It's rare that happens. It's rare my teammates aren't completely inbred and like that trip mine placement. But, you know, they're doing a great job. I'll say it now. This guy's trying to react to nothing because he's a fucking moron. Pushes right out. Easiest kill of my life. Complete dumbass. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the guy who stepped on the trip sensor twice. But would you look at that? There is 0 seconds on this point. It's 130 to 130. I pick up another kill. EMP that bitch out of this guy. And would you look at that? Surely nukes wouldn't win 3 games in a row, right? Surely they wouldn't do that. Oh, wait. Is that a chopper gunner they're calling him? Wait. They're just gonna win the game with that chopper gunner, right? Oh! Get that bitch out of the sky. Easy, easy, easy. Look at that. I'll just finish this shit off. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. That's how the pros do it, boys. And would you look at that? We're back on firing range. The massive beacon of testosterone decides to climb up into top 10, and I'm playing gay this game. Look at my loadout. We have USS9, Spear. We're beaming that guy at a tower, first of all. We've got Trip Mine, Double Gas Grenade, and Reactor Core. Surely I'm not up to anything devious here. You know, as you can see, I'm camping in window, just aura farming the trip mine, just beaming the occasional person that comes through mid, because they can't even shoot back because they're getting hit with gas grenades every time. He thinks a trophy system's gonna save him, and it doesn't matter because he gets straight pulled just like his teammate right there. And right there. And let me guess, right there. This guy's trying to SKS spam me, but King Vaughn, my teammate, decides to blindside him, and it's not even a chance. This guy thinks he can get on B. I hear a lot of people rushing around, so, you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm chilling up here. This guy thinks he's clever. He's going to try to climb up here, but it doesn't matter, because I'm going to wipe the floor with half of their team. Easy. That right there, that was a demonstration of pure skill and talent. I mean, years of hard work and dedication to get a triple kill there. That was the hardest thing I've ever done, honestly. Also, for all those people who like actually use Reactor Core and you think you're good at the game, you're fucking not. I'm saying it now. But it's my new favorite operator because it's funny as hell. Anyways, the guy next to me has an operator skill, so I'm camping like a little bitch while Death Machine goes off. He finally gets rid of that shit and gets blicked down because he didn't even have a chance. Death Machine's broken, and we're finally nerfing it after like a year. Finally, the USS9 still hasn't been touched. What does that tell you? But anyways, we're just hunking and donating gas grenades to the other team. This guy thinks he even has a chance to push like lower. I don't know what he's doing because he's just going to get gunned down again in his own neighborhood. Boom. His teammate tries to push mid. Boom. He dropped down. I can smell his teammate. I can smell him. He's going to be right here. Look at that. I told you, I can smell him. He smells like old cheese. It's kind of sad. Take a shower, buddy. I say that as I'm using Reactor Core, Gas Grenade, and fucking USS9, so I can't say shit. But we're playing like a passive bitch here. I don't know exactly why I rotated through there. I'm not complaining, though, because I got my trip mine kill. Drop an EMP, donate another trip mine to their spawn. You know, winter season decides to spawn on that trip mine, which is so fucking embarrassing, honestly. I don't know why you even, like, call yourself season when you're just going to spawn on my trip mine. Now, here is actually a strategic tactical play. You give them a warning Reactor Core. They never see it coming. They're, so thrown back here that they don't even push me. Like, they're just so baffled at my geniusness. This is actually an ancient method taught by the best players in Call of Duty Mobile. But I don't expect a lot of you guys to know that, so... You know, the depth behind it is just insane. You guys would really just never be able to comprehend that. Sorry, guys. You know, Winter Season also thinks he's clever coming up here, but little does he know, I'm King Vaughn, and he's getting Swiss cheesed again. The fact that fight was even close just goes to show you how great my MS is, but it's not going to matter because Winter Season just gets flicked off me once again. This guy decides to stall, you know, sitting down bottom. That's not going to matter, though, because he's going to run over that trip mine like an idiot. Just like that. And at this point, we're like one off. Teammate decides to donate us UAV, and would you look at that? Easiest nuke ever, and as you know, we do a little bit of trolling. Easiest rage bait ever. Also, I would also like to point out, there were 4 nukes in this video. How many games did we win? That's right! We won 4 games we nuked in! That's 4 more than we ever have! Isn't that crazy? I think that's crazy. That's a good note to end on. Toodles!